Snowman's Land is a really enjoyable cartoon, but it's a little strange to listen to. This is a Warner Brothers cartoon from 1939. It's directed by Chuck Jones, which is great because I didn't think I had any Chuck Jones Warner Brothers cartoons left to watch, so I was very happy about that. It's written by Dave Monahan and Robert Givens, with a voice cast including Mel Blanc, Pinto Colvig, and the Sportsmen Quartet. And it's because of Pinto Colvig that it's an interesting one to listen to, because the character of the Mountie is very much like Goofy. Actually, I was going to say it sounds a lot like Goofy, but I actually think a lot of the mannerisms are quite similar as well. But maybe I'm just connecting Goofy's mannerisms to this character because they sound so similar. And Colvig had been voicing Goofy for Disney by this point, so it's an interesting choice to use a voice that's very similar. But obviously Goofy in the 30s wasn't quite as popular as the character is today, but that's just something that I thought was very fascinating. Every time Little Mountie, as the character is called, opened his mouth, I heard Goofy. But that aside, it's really brilliant because we have a different location to a lot of cartoons. We have some really great characters. This is set in Canada, in the north. We have a lot of snowy scenes, and I really enjoyed the setting. I thought it worked really well, and I loved the characters. We, of course, have the character of the Mountie, our protagonist. I really enjoyed him. I liked his voice as well, I have to point out. Even though it did make me think of Goofy, I did enjoy the character's voice. And he is tasked with trying to capture Dirty Pierre, who is a rather menacing looking outlaw, and I love the design of the character. I think he looks fantastic. I love the character's personality, and I loved watching the two characters interact. It is pretty much just about the two of them. To begin with, we have some other characters, we have some other Mounties, and they all run away as soon as there's this suggestion that somebody is going to need to go and catch Dirty Pierre, and then it's mostly just about the two of them after that. And I thought they worked really well together, and I really thoroughly enjoyed their performances, and I really liked the characters. The narrative itself develops really well. The pacing is not too bad, and we get a decent amount of things happening. It's not necessarily the most action-packed, but it still manages to deliver quite a lot over the 6 or 7 minutes. So generally a pretty good cartoon. Snowman's Land is one that I enjoyed. The characters are great. The animation is really nice. And if you haven't seen it and you're a fan of Warner Brothers, then it's definitely one that I'm happy to recommend. I wouldn't mind watching it again, actually. It's not too bad at all. Very pleasant watch, and definitely one that I think is worth checking out.